Hello my dear students, welcome back. Myself teacher Parul from Stella Maris High School. In this video, we are going to see Science Chapter 3 Synthetic Fibers and Plastics Part 2. In previous video, we have already completed Part 1. In that we have already seen synthetic fibers. Now in this video, we are going to see the next part of this chapter, that is Part 2, that is all about plastics. Plastics, okay, you must be familiar with many plastic articles used every day, okay. As soon as you get up, you start using various types of plastics, right? It may be the stand of your toothbrush, it may be the bucket which you are using, okay, it may be the tiffin box, the bowls which you are using, okay. So all these things are made up of the plastics which you are using, right? So plastics, they are made up of different types, okay, different things. Now you have seen like few plastic, it doesn't get heated easily, okay. Few plastics like plastic bags, polythene bags of the plastic, it get heated easily, okay. So there are types of the plastics which are available, okay. Few get heated easily, few doesn't get heated easily, few is easily breakable, few is not easily breakable. So how is that possible? What is this? So we'll see that what is this arrangement of the plastics, okay. This is so because the plastics, they are arranged in two different patterns, okay. As we all know, plastic is a polymer, okay. They are arranged in two different patterns. The first one, the A one, is the linear pattern, and the other one is the cross-linked arrangement of the plastics, okay. So now let us learn in detail about these plastics, okay. Where this linear arrangement is used, where this cross-link arrangement is used, which different types of plastics are there, why few plastic they burn easily, why few plastic they doesn't burn easily. So let us learn all that things in detail. Plastic is a polymer like the synthetic fiber, okay. Plastic is a polymer. You know, no, polymer, it is a chain of arranging something. I have given you example in part 1 only, okay. A necklace which is made up of beads, okay. How beads are arranged one after the another. Yes, the same way in the plastics, the polymer, it is a polymer, so it is the material, it is attached one by the another, okay. All plastics do not have the same type of the arrangement of the units, okay. I have already showed you two type of the arrangement. One is the linear arrangement of the plastic, and another one is the cross-linked, okay. Two images we have seen just now, okay. So there are the two arrangements in the plastics, okay. Now in some of it is linear, whereas in the other it is the cross-link, which I have already told you, okay. Plastic articles are available in all possible shapes and sizes, as you can see in the figure below, that is 3.7, okay. Plastics, as we all know that plastics are available in different shapes, right, in different shapes with different instruments and all, okay. Plastics are now have you ever wondered how this is possible, okay, how this is possible, okay. So the fact is that plastic is easily moldable, that is, can be shaped in any form, okay. Plastics can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, rolled into sheets, or made into wires. That is why it is found in such a variety of uses, okay. As we all know that plastics, okay, it can easily be molded, as we have experienced, like mostly if you will burn plastic, okay, few plastics, they are easily moldable, okay. So we can reuse it, recycle it, right. So but few plastic that are not reusable, okay. So we will see which are that type of the plastics, okay. Now that's why, see, varieties of plastics are there, varieties of the things. Now in the image you can see chair, bucket, toys, many things are there, okay. So many things are made up of recycled plastics, okay, and many things are not possible for the recycled by the recycled plastics. So we'll learn about that in the detail. thermoplast and thermosetting plastics. Okay, so now we are going to learn in detail about them. Okay, so some plastic articles can bend easily while some break when forced to bend. Okay, now see, as we all know that some plastics we can bend easily, like if it is, we'll take example of a plastic bottle I can crush it easily, right? While some break when forced to bend. Okay, now some plastic things, if I'll force to bend, it will directly break. Okay, plastic bottle, if I'll bend also, it will not break easily, but few plastics, okay, then if I'll bend, okay, so it will, what happens to that, it will break easily, right? Okay, when we add hot water to a plastic bottle, it gets deformed. Okay, now see, if thin bottle will be there, what will happen? Okay, very hot water, what will happen to that, it will deform. Okay, it will get compressed somewhat. Okay, so such plastics which get deformed easily on heating and can bend easily are known as thermoplastics. Okay, or thermoplast. Okay, now see, such plastics, okay, the plastic which get deformed easily on heating, okay, जो जल्दी से जल जाते हैं. Okay, as you can take example of plastic bottles. Okay, thin plastic bottles, you know, no Bisleri on bottles are there. If it will burn, what will happen? It will start burning soon and it will deform, it will bend easily. Okay, if you will press also, it gets bent very easily. That type of the plastics, they are known as the thermoplastics. That type of the plastics are the thermoplastics. Okay, polythene and PVC are some of the examples of thermoplastics. Okay, these are used for manufacturing toys, combs and various types of the containers. Okay, polythene and PVC, polyvinyl chloride. Okay, PVC is polyvinyl chloride. They are the examples of the thermoplast. Okay, this type of the chemicals are used in the preparation of that. They are the thermoplast. Okay, they are used in manufacturing. They are used in the preparation of the toys. Okay, various plastic toys which is easily breakable. Combs, you know, no comb at your home, you can easily break it, right? And various other types of the containers. There are some plastics which when molded once cannot be softened by heating. Okay, there are few plastics, okay, which once it is molded, okay, once it is molded, it cannot be softened, okay, by heating. By heating we can't soften them. Okay, this type of the plastics, they are known as thermosetting plastics. Okay, they are known as what? Thermosetting plastics. The plastics which is easily molded, okay, which on heating starts melting, that type of the plastic, they are known as the thermoplast. Okay, they are known as thermoplast. Okay, but the plastics which are not easily molded, which we cannot soften, okay, that type of the plastic, they are known as the thermosetting plastics. The two type of the two examples of these are the bakelite and melamine. So what is this bakelite and melamine? Okay, so bakelite, it is the first thermosetting plastic which is made up from the synthetic components. Okay, it is made from, it is a phenol formaldehyde resin which is a chemical. Okay, melamine is a melamine resin which is also known as melamine formaldehyde. It is one of the most common plastic used to make kitchen utensils and other household products. Okay, melamine formaldehyde is a thermosetting plastic. Okay, see, kitchen utensils are made from this melamine. As you all know, now you have seen a frying pan at your home, right? You have seen, everyone has seen frying pan at your home. Now that frying pan, frying pan is not fully of the plastic, only that handle is made up of plastic. Yes, only the handle of that, it is made up of the plastic. So as you will see that when the pan is heated, okay, but the handle, it is not heated also, and when you will touch, you will not feel hot also with that handle, right? Why that is so? Because in that chemical compound melamine formaldehyde is used. Because of that, it doesn't get easily heated, it will not get heated. Understood? That's why that type of the instrument are used in kitchen utensils. Was one of the example of the melamine. Now let us learn about in detail about this bakelite and melamine, why it doesn't get easily molded, where this bakelite and melamine thermosetting plastics are used. Let us see that in detail. Okay, Bakelite, it is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. It doesn't allow heat and electricity to pass inside it. Okay, so that's why it is a poor conductor of heat and electricity. It is used where this bakelite is used. Okay, bakelite thermosetting plastic, where it is used. Okay, it is used for making electrical switches, handles of various utensils, etc. Okay, now see, this bakelite, it is also used in the handles of various utensils also, right? Now see, many of you have seen the socket at your home. Okay, the switch board you have already seen, and you have observed also that it is made up of it is made up of plastic, and in that switch you will put switch on, switch off, so it is fully of electricity. Okay, so why that type of plastics are used in electricity? Why wooden things are not used? And all the question arises. Okay, so this plastic, this bakelite, it is a poor conductor of electricity. It doesn't allow electricity to pass through it. That's why when we touch that type of the plastic, that's why when we turn switch, when we put a switch on, okay, that time current doesn't affect us. Okay, now if something problem is there inside, if short circuit is there, that is another issue. But whenever we are touching directly, we will not get any electric current. Okay, there also plastic is used. Okay, why that plastic on heating also it doesn't melt? Okay, why that plastic doesn't melt? That type of plastic doesn't melt because in that thermosetting bakelite is used. Okay, so because it is made up of with the bakelite, that's why it is not that's why we can touch it. Okay, so this bakelite is specifically used in making electrical switches, handles of various utensils, and many more things. Okay, melamine is a versatile material. It resists fire and can tolerate heat better than other plastic. Okay, other plastics, few plastics, they can't tolerate heat. Okay, if it is heated also, what will happen? It will start melting. But this melamine, it is a versatile material. It resists fire and it can tolerate heat better than any other plastics. Okay, it is used for making floor tiles, kitchenware, and fabrics which resist fire. Okay, fabrics, which many fabrics, like a few plastic things are there, like which resist fire. Okay, so that type of the fabrics are also made. Kitchenware, okay, you have seen many, like a few spoons are also there. So if you will eat with that spoon on any, like if hot soup is there, okay, so if that spoon is of plastic, when you will put on hot spoon, that will start melting. No, that type of the plastics, they are made from the melamine. Okay, and few are made from bakelite also. Okay, so this bakelite and melamine is a thermosetting plastic which is totally different from the thermoplast. I hope you have understood till here. Now I will show you few examples. I will show you few examples of bakelite and melamine also. So let us see that. So thermoplastics, okay, these are the thermoplastics which is heated and remolded 100 times and can also be recycled. Okay, we can melt it and from that only we can make another different things of the plastics. So this can be recycled. Thermoplastics can be recycled. Okay, now we will see about the thermosetting plastics. See, they are hard. See, utensils made up of thermosetting plastics. Okay, that is not easily molded or breakable. See, here is comparison of thermosetting plastic and thermoplastic. Here are few more examples like thermoplast. They can be easily melted and repeatedly we can do. Okay, it can be recycled, but this the thermosetting plastic, okay, once shaped, it cannot be melted because they are very hard and they are made from these special chemicals, that is the bakelite and the melamine. So I hope this term is clear to you. Now I will show you few more examples of this. So this is the plastic bottle. Okay, this is the plastic bottle. This is the thermoplast. Okay, see, which can be easily molded, right? Okay, see, this is the plastic glass which can be easily molded. So these are the thermoplast. Okay, see, this bottle is also thermoplast. See how it is done. It can be easily molded, right? So these were the examples of the thermoplasts. Okay. Now we will see about the thermosetting. See, this is the thermosetting. This is the socket which is made up of plastics. Even this is switches that are also made up of the plastics. Okay. Now here you can see the wires are also made up of the plastics. Okay, they are the poor conductor of heat and electricity. Okay, so that's why the wires are also made up of the plastics, so as you can see in the image. So I hope this is clear to you. The thermosetting and the thermoplast is clear to you. Now let us move ahead. Plastics as materials of choice. Today, if we think of storing a food item, water, milk, pickles, dry food, etc., plastic containers seem most convenient. Yes? Okay, why this is so? This is because of their lightweight, lower price, good strength and easy handling. Right? Yes? Why we use now? See, in your home also you will see different types of containers are there to store different type of the things. Okay, now in mostly all the things are made up of the plastics. Okay, why it is so? Because firstly it is very lightweight and it is lower in price as compared to any other metal or steel utensils, right? And it has good strength and it is easily to handle. Now if we take glass also, it will, once it is fallen down, it will break. Okay, but that for plastic will remain as it is. Okay, so that's why many good things are there about the plastics also. That's why we use it. Okay, now being lighter as compared to metals, plastics are used in cars, aircrafts and spacecrafts too. Okay, see, no, they are lighter in weight, so as compared to the metal, so they are used in the plastics are used in the cars also, in aircraft also and spacecraft. They use different types of the plastics. Okay, not which is used to make the plastic water bottle. Okay, that I have already explained to you, different types of the plastics. Okay, the list is endless if we start counting articles like slippers, furniture, decoration pieces, utensils, many more things are there. Okay, which are made up of plastics. Okay, now let us discuss the characteristics of the plastics. Okay, now see, we have seen why we prefer using plastics. Okay, which are the different types of the plastics. Okay, all the things we have seen. Now we will see the characteristics of the plastics. So my dear students, let us begin with that. Characteristics of plastics. Plastic is non-reactive. You know that metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air. Yes, as we all know that metals get rusted when it is kept in the moisture, okay, and with the air and sunlight. Okay, but plastics do not react with water and air. They are not corroded easily. That is why they are used to store various kind of material, including many chemicals. Okay, plastics, first characteristics of plastic, that they are not reactive. They are non-reactive. They will not react with any of the thing. That's why this plastics, okay, different kind of the plastics, they are used to store different kind of the things. Okay, as you all know that thermoplast plastic, that is used to store water. Okay, even if moisture will not affect it. Various another types of the plastics, they are even used to store the various types of the chemicals. So I hope the first characteristics is clear to you. Now let us move with the next one. Plastic is light, strong and durable. Okay, plastic, it is very light in weight. Okay, it is strong and it is durable, means stick out, long lasting. Okay, so let us see about that. Okay, talk to your parents or grandparents about the types of the buckets that were used in the past. What is the material of the buckets or mugs you are using today? What are the advantages of using a plastic container? Since plastic is very light, strong, durable and can be molded into different shapes and sizes, it is used for various purposes. Okay, in ancient time there were no plastic things. Okay, they were using different types of the instruments, they were using metal things and all. Okay, but nowadays they are using, most of the things are used by the plastics, as plastic is very light in weight, it is cheaper, it is strong and it is long lasting, means it is durable. Okay, So different types of the things are there, different shapes are there. Even if you will see a spoon is there, even if you will see a big object bucket is there, various types of the toys, many different things are available in plastics, okay, in different shapes, in different sizes and all. Okay, plastics are generally cheaper than metals. Yes, okay, plastics are cheaper than the metals. They are widely used in industries and for household articles. Okay, many instruments in industries, they are made up of the plastics. Even in our house also we will see different types of the plastics, right? Okay, now one homework for you. Make a list of different kind of the plastic container that you use in daily life. Okay, so complete this, okay, and write in your notebook. Now we will see another characteristics of plastic. Plastics are poor conductors. Okay, plastics are poor conductor because they resist the flow of the heat. Okay, that's why. Okay, so they don't allow electricity to pass through them. There are different type of the plastics which resist electricity. Okay, now see, you have learnt about that plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity. Earlier only I have explained you, okay, different types of the plastics and different types of the instruments. Okay, that is why electrical wires have plastic covering. You have seen, no, electrical wires, they have plastic covering. Okay, in video I have already showed you, right? And handles of the screwdrivers are also made up of plastics. Okay, with that also I have already showed you. Even as mentioned above earlier, that handles of the frying pan I have already explained to you, right? So handle of the frying pan and all are also made up of the plastic. That are different plastics. Okay, now we have seen, no, plastic bottle, Bisleri plastic bottle. Okay, in that you have seen, you can easily mold it, you can easily press it. That is a different plastic. Okay, and the plastic which are there are other plastics also that are poor conductor of heat. Now that Bisleri, it is not a poor conductor of heat. If you will put fire on that, what will happen? It will start burning and it will melt. Okay, but few other plastics are there, like bakelite and melamine. The materials which are made up of bakelite and melamine, they are poor conductor of heat. Okay, so they don't allow electricity to pass through them. So I hope these characteristics of plastics are clear to you. Now let us move ahead. So the next topic is plastics and the environment. Okay, now when we go to the market, we usually get things wrapped in plastics or packed in polythene bags. That is one reason why plastic waste keeps getting accumulated in our homes. Okay, now plastic and the environment. Now we have seen various things. Okay, many of the things are made up of the plastics. Okay, now one of the example I have given here, like when we go to the market, we usually get things wrapped in a plastic bags. Okay, and in at home also, like we have lot of plastic bags. Okay, whatever material we bring from the outside, it is given in the plastic bags. Nowadays it is banned, right? But then too, the use of the plastic has not stopped. Okay, so that is one reason why plastic waste keep getting accumulated in our home. Ultimately, plastics find its way to the garbage. Okay, disposal of plastics is a major problem. Now as you all know that plastics, to decompose, it takes more than 500 years. Okay, it takes more than 500 years. Plastic bottles, you know that plastic bottles, it take 450 years to decompose. Okay, so to decompose, it is a major problem. Okay, so it affects the environment very badly. Okay, now wherever you will see in the dustbin also in the air, and there are lot of plastic things are there. Okay, if it is recycled also, it is reused also, then too that problem is still there. Okay, a material which get decomposed through natural processes. Okay, now the two different terms are given to here, that is the biodegradable and non-biodegradable. So we will see that. Okay, so a material which gets decomposed through natural processes such as action by the bacteria is called as biodegradable. Okay, now see the materials which get decomposed. Now as you can see, the waste item of the foods, the excreta of the animals. Okay, excreta of the human, excreta of the animals, the waste material of the foods, the peeling of the oranges or peeling of the banana, any waste item of the foods. Okay, it gets easily decomposed by the bacteria, okay, wherever you will keep for decomposition, like if you are preparing manure from it, okay, farmers they prepare manure from it, and that manure is used in the fields, okay, with the crop that we have already seen in chapter 1, right? Okay, now see, that type of the material they gets easily decomposed, okay, that type of the material they get easily decomposed, okay, वो जल्दी से environment में घुल जाता है, right? It gets decomposed inside the soil, or if it is prepared for the manure, okay. So that type of the material they are known as biodegradable material, which gets easily decomposed by the action of the bacteria. That type of the material they are known as biodegradable, whereas a material which is not easily decomposed by natural processes, that is known as non-biodegradable, okay. Now the materials like plastics are there, okay, they don't get easily decomposed by natural processes. Bacteria will not eat that, okay, and they take years to decompose, okay. That type of the things are known as non-biodegradable materials. I hope these two terms are clear to you. So here is a chart which shows the type of the waste and the nature of the material, that whether it is biodegradable or non-biodegradable, and how much time it takes to decompose, to degenerate itself, okay. So the first one is peels of vegetables and fruits, leftover food stuff, okay, whatever food item we are eating, that takes approximately 1 to 2 weeks to decompose, okay, only 1 to 2 weeks, and that type of the material are biodegradable. Paper, okay, paper, that is, it takes to decompose, it takes 10 to 30 days, okay, and it is biodegradable, okay, it gets decomposed easily, that's why it is known as biodegradable. Cotton cloth, it takes 2 to 5 months, right, to decompose, so that's why it is biodegradable. Wood, it take 10 to 15 years, okay, wood it take 10 to 15 years, so it is also almost easily, we can't say easily, but it gets decomposed soon in 10 to 15 years, that's why it is also counted as biodegradable waste, okay. Woolen clothes it take about a year, okay, it take about a year, so it also gets easily decomposed, so that's why it is also a biodegradable waste, okay. Now tin, aluminium and other metal cans, okay, metals, okay, metals it take to decompose, even metals it take 100 to 500 years to decompose, that's why it is a non-biodegradable, it doesn't get easily decomposed. Same way plastic bags, bottles and all, okay, plastic bottles, that thin plastic bottles which we can mold easily, okay, which is compressed easily, that takes 450 years to decompose. Other plastic thing it takes several years, even it will take 600 years, 700, 800, okay, so they doesn't get easily decomposed, so they are non-biodegradable waste, okay. So I hope this chart is clear to you. So let us move ahead. So plastic takes several years to decompose. It is not environment friendly. Yes, it is not environment friendly. It affects the environment very badly. That's why you have seen many government has passed many rules for this to stop the use of plastics. Instead of plastics, we can use paper bags, we can use cloth bags. Many alternative options were given, and at the end they have banned plastics. Not totally, but the few things they have already banned, okay. See, it causes environmental pollution, right? Besides, the burning process in the synthetic material is quite slow, and it does not get completely burnt easily, okay. It is not completely burnt easily. Various types of plastics are there, okay. It doesn't get burnt easily. In the process, it releases lots of poisonous fume into the atmosphere, which is also causing air pollution, okay. If we are burning also, it will cause lot of the fumes, and that is going to affect the environment very badly, and it will cause air pollution, okay. So how can we solve this problem? Okay, so let us see that. So avoid the use of plastics as far as possible. Okay, make use of bags made up of cotton or jute when you go for shopping. Okay, the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste should be collected separately and disposed of separately. Okay, the waste, okay, the biodegradable waste, the biodegradable means which get easily decomposed, that type of the waste, and the non-biodegradable waste, it should be collected separately. Practice this in your homes. Okay, you have to practice this, students, in your home only first. From there only then you can go out, right? Can you suggest some other ways in which you can contribute towards reducing the use of the plastic? Okay, it is better to recycle plastic. Okay, what we can do, we can recycle the plastic. Most of the thermoplastic can be recycled. Okay, thermosetting plastics we can't recycle easily. Okay, but the thermoplastics we can recycle easily. Okay, so make a list of the items that can be recycled. However, during recycling, certain coloring agents are added. Okay, certain coloring agents are added. Okay, so like to color, dyeing. Okay, how dyeing is done in the cloth, no, say various in the similar manner certain coloring agents are also added. Okay, this item, this limits is usage especially for storage of the foods. Okay, now in storage of the foods, okay, these coloring agents are all already added in the storing of the food, that instruments which are used. Okay, as a responsible citizen, we have to remember the 5R principle. Okay, now see, as a responsible, now you are the future generation, so you can take a initiative, you can take a step to avoid the use of the plastic as far as possible, students. Okay, as far as possible. Now one of the example I'll take you. Now whenever you are visiting market with your parents, you can tell your parents that we should reduce the use of plastic. From home we will take a cloth bag. Okay, we will take a cloth bag. Okay, cloth bags are easily available in the market. Okay, so one cloth bag you can use so many times, it is washable, everything is there. Okay, even jute bags are used, so you can take the initiative. Okay, even the waste at your homes you can separate, you can tell your parents to separate the waste, the biodegradable waste and the non-biodegradable waste should be thrown separately, not only in one dustbin. Okay, that also you can tell. Okay, you can make list of different types of the plastics, okay, which can be recycled, okay, and which cannot. You can make list of thermosetting plastics and plastics. Okay, thermosetting plastics and thermoplast, that is thermoplastics. Okay, now as a responsible citizen, citizen, you have to remember the 5R principle. The 5R principle is the reuse. Okay, we are going to reduce the use of plastic, then we are going to reuse. Okay, now if we have taken a bottle of water, now once we have drank that water from that bottle, we will not throw that, we can reuse that, right? The same bottle we can reuse. Okay, then recycle, we can give that for recycling process. Okay, even we can recover and we can refuse. Okay, even we can refuse the use of this. So develop habits which are environmental friendly. Students, you are going to develop the habits which are environmental friendly, so which will not affect the environment. Okay, in future if the environment is affected, obviously the humans, the animals, the earth will be affected. So we have to save our planet earth, so we have to take few initiatives, we have to take good habits. Okay, so we have to use this principle of 5 R's. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Have you ever seen a garbage dump where animals are eating garbage? Everyone has seen that, right? In the process of eating the food waste, they swallow materials like polythene bags and wrappers of the food. Okay, you have seen that the plastic waste, that any kind of the waste, it is not separated, right? So it need to be separated. Now see, animals, they don't know what they are eating, right? Now you have seen, most commonly you have seen, no, that what they are eating, they sometimes what they do, they swallow polythene bags also, the wrappers of the wafers and all that also they swallow. Can you imagine the consequences, what is happening after that to them? Okay, the plastic materials chokes the respiratory system of these animals. Whoever has eaten, whether it is cow, whether it is dog, whoever has eaten this plastic material that chokes the respiratory system of these animals or forms a lining in their stomach and can cause to their death. Okay, in the lining, now this plastic they have swallowed, now that is not going to decompose, that is not, they are not going to digest it or anything. Okay, so where it will be there, it will sometime it chokes up their respiratory tract, they can't respire, so death occurs. Sometime if they have chewed it, okay, if they have chewed it, so it will be there inside their stomach, and after that they will cause some disease and there will be a cause to their death. Okay, so it is very useful for us to separate the waste, the biodegradable waste and the non-biodegradable waste. Okay, now the poly bags carelessly thrown here and there are responsible for clogging the drains too. Okay, you know, no drains, gutter ka pani jata hai, right? The drains and all, you have seen, no, the water is overflowing from there also. Why this is so? Because the poly bags, the plastic bottles, they are thrown here and there, right? So they choke up that drains also, they are clogging that drain also. Okay, so what happens to them? Then after that water comes up. Okay, sometimes we are very careless and we throw the wrappers of chips, biscuits and other eatables on the road or in the parks or in the picnic places. Should we not think twice before doing so? As a responsible citizens, what measures do you suggest to keep these public places clean and free of plastics? Okay, so what we suggest, wherever you can see the dustbins are there, now they have kept two types of the dustbin also, so that plastic waste, plastic wrappers which you are using, biscuits, wafer, that should be thrown in a separate dustbin. Okay, any biodegradable, now you are in a park or in a picnic, you have taken oranges, apples or any peels, you are or any waste material of your food, so that should be thrown in a separate dustbin. Okay, instead of that what we do, we throw here and there. No, hamara kya ja raha hai? No, we have to be a responsible citizen, we have to throw that in a proper place. Okay, we can't throw here and there, we have to be a responsible citizen, we have to keep our environment clean. Understood? If we will not keep our environment clean, there will be a lot of problem. Now you will tell that you will blame the government that ये गटर तो खुली ही छोड़ी दी है, इसमें से पानी ऊपर आ रहा है, ऐसे कैसे हो रहा है? Okay, how is that possible and all? There will be a lot of questions in your mind. We can't blame. Okay, they have kept dustbins, we have to throw that plastic bags and all in dustbin, not here and there. Okay, if we will throw here and there, then it will clog the drains and all. Understood? So that is all the issues. Okay, so we have to be a responsible citizen. The waste we have to throw in a proper dustbin. Okay, the biodegradable waste we have to throw in a proper dustbin, the non-biodegradable waste we have to throw in proper dustbin. We have to be a responsible citizen. Okay, so students, few things you are going to follow. See, do not throw plastics bag in the water bodies or on the road. Okay, now see, sometimes we throw in water also, river also, here and there, right? So it is affecting the aquatic animals, fishes, aquatic plants, whatever. It is affecting the aquatic life. Okay, if we throw the plastics in roads here and there, that is going to affect the environment. Just now I have told you about the drains and all. Okay, so it will clog that drains, and also we will not throw plastics bag here, plastic bags, bottle, whatever is there, wrappers of biscuit, wrappers of wafers, we will not throw here and there. We will instead use the dustbins. We are responsible citizens, we are good students, so we will throw that all in a proper place, that is the dustbin. Okay, now whenever I have already told you, whenever you are going shopping with your parents, or your parents are going, you can prefer them to take a cotton carry bag or a jute bag while going for a shopping. Okay, to reduce the use of plastic. Okay, try to minimize the use of plastic materials. Okay, instead, for example, use a steel lunch box instead of a plastic one. Okay, now we can't completely stop the use of the plastic, but at least we can reduce the use of the plastics. Okay, we can keep few good habits. Okay, so like for example, they have given, instead of a plastic lunch box you are bringing, right, plastic water bottles, you can use steel, metal. Okay, and that will be also long lasting, right? Okay, so we, as a responsible citizen, we will keep few good habits, okay, which I have already showed you. I hope this lesson is clear to you. So with this we have ended this chapter, that is chapter 3, synthetic fibers and plastics. Okay, so my dear students, I will be back with another new video. Till then, my dear students, stay safe, stay healthy, keep practicing good habits. Okay, see you all soon in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.